Hi there, I'm Wendy and welcome to my channel where I share knitting and crochet tutorial videos for my projects and techniques. And today's video is a beginner's knitting video and it's showing you how to do a simple cast off edge. Now this is also known as binding off if you're following American patterns. So just before we start, if you're new to my channel, then don't forget to subscribe and you'll get to hear when my latest videos and updates go live. And if you enjoy this video, then it would be lovely if you gave me a thumbs up as well. But for now, we're going to just get straight on with making a very simple, straightforward cast off. So I'm going to be doing this using the English style of knitting where I have the yarn in my right hand, but this method works the same whether you're using the English style or the continental style where you have the yarn in your left hand. Now the first thing I'm going to do is just knit the first 2 stitches. So that's my first stitch and my second stitch. Then with my left hand needle, I'm going to go between the first and the second stitch and I'm going to pick that up and piggyback it over the top of the right hand needle and let it go, and that's cast off 1 stitch. Then I'm going to knit the next stitch. Again, I've got 2 stitches on my needle. I'm going to ignore the first stitch on my needle, and then the second stitch I'm going to pick that up with the tip of my left hand needle and I'm going to piggyback it over that first stitch and over the tip of the needle and then just let it flick off. So again, I'm going to knit the next stitch. Ignore the stitch I've just made, go to the second stitch with the tip of my left needle, pick up that stitch and just piggyback it over the top, and you can see a little bit of a rhythm working here now. So I'm going to continue, knit the next stitch, ignore that stitch I've just knitted on the right hand needle, go to the second stitch, the stitch that's behind, pick it up with my left hand needle and flick it over, and again knit the following stitch, ignore the first stitch, go to the second stitch which is the back stitch, and then just pick it up with the tip of my left hand needle and just hook it over that first stitch. And that's all you're doing for a simple cast off. You're just going to have 2 stitches on the right hand needle all the time, and then the back stitch you just hook it over the front stitch. So I'm just going to continue till I get to the end and then I can show you how to fasten off. So I've just got a couple of stitches left now. Okay, so I'm now at my last stitch. So I'm going to knit my last stitch, hook the back stitch over, and then I'm going to cut my yarn, leaving enough yarn to darn in. So I usually leave 4 to 6 inches to be on the safe side, and that's 10 to 15 centimeters if you're using metric. And then with that last stitch, I just take that stitch around as if I was going to knit it, hook the stitch over and flick that yarn through and off, and that is it, your first cast off edge. And you'll see that you've got this little chain effect going along the top on the front, and you've just got a little row of bumps very close to the edge on the back. So that's it, a straightforward basic form of casting off your knitting. So I hope you found that useful and that you're enjoying your knitting. So I'll just say thanks for joining me and I look forward to seeing you soon.